Okay, so today we're talking about Chibaku Tensei, which is also known as Planetary Devastation in some translations. But a common translation of it also includes Bursting Earth's Celestial Body. One of the first times that we actually saw this ability was in episode 167, and one of the first times that Nagato uses this ability was with the Diva Path, and he used this on six-tailed Naruto to the point where he had to use his eight-tailed state to leave it. This was also shown later on to be accessed by Rinnegan users such as like Hagoromo, Madara, and Sasuke. So essentially it's like a black hole looking thing that the users create from their hands, and it's hurled into the sky to create a giant ball of rock that pulls everything in. It's basically like a more powerful Bancho Tenin, because as we know, the Rinnegan allows users to have access to attractive and repulsive forces. This is basically one of those attractive forces, but centered around a little mini black hole. The user can also create a Bancho Tenin, or this giant ball of rock, around a person or thing, and it can even be used to contain powerful beings such as the tailed beasts, and are known as the tailed beast sealing stones. It's not only a giant massive rock, it also has some sealing properties, as some of the tailed beasts can't even escape it. But again, the strength of it depends on the user, as eight-tailed Naruto can escape Pain Chibaku Tensei. Remember, this is eight-tailed Naruto with half of the nine tails, and Sasuke can basically trap all the tailed beasts at once. I believe he even trapped a full half of the nine tails in one. From my memory, I don't believe he even tried doing this on Naruto, and it presumably probably wouldn't work, as we know that a Jinchuriki working alongside their tailed beast is way stronger than the Kyuubi by itself. Something kind of interesting to know is that it can also be used as like a weapon, not only like a method of sealing. Like when Madara used it, he dropped it on the Shinobi Alliance, and then he dropped another one on top of it. It's known to do catastrophic damage, and that's why in some dubs it's known as catastrophic planetary devastation, or catastrophic Chibaku Tensei. And again, there's not a whole lot to go over because it's a pretty simple ability that's just been showcased many times in many video games and more. Again, we know it's mainly by Rinnegan users, and the passive pain and most of the abilities in the passive pain are not necessarily unique to one user, so pretty much everybody who has a Rinnegan can theoretically possibly use these abilities. Like we've seen Sasuke use attractive and repulsive abilities, we've seen like Momoshiki use attractive repulsive abilities, Madara, Hagoromo, so we know that pretty much every Rinnegan user has the ability of using Chibaku Tensei. Also, one last thing is kind of worthy to note, that it's like a weaker version of the six pass variation, which was actually used by Hagoromo and Hamura on the 10 tails, and I think Naruto and Sasuke also tried this on Kaguya. And again, the variation used by Hagoromo and Hamura is exponentially stronger than what we see used by even Sasuke, because as we know, the 10 tails is just significantly stronger than all the other tailed beasts. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot to cover. It uses a clapping hand seal, useful all ranges, offensive, supplementary, and it even has some own derived jutsu, which if you look it up, I mean, it's mainly just Chibaku Tensei stacked on top of another ability like Chidori or something. Thank you guys for 4K. If you guys like more videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.